and welcome everyone. Today we have an important lesson. Today you will learn how to agree with positive statements and negative statements. Let's start. How to agree in English using so, to, neither, and either. For example, look at this picture. I love strawberry ice cream. And you will all say, me too. Let's start. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to, number 1, agree with positive and negative statements. Number 2, write meaningful sentences using the, so, and neither. Let's start. We have questions in our lesson. The first question, what is a positive or affirmative statement? Number 2, what is a negative statement? Number 3, how do we agree with positive statement? And number 4, how do we agree with negative statements? Let's start with our first question. Remember that when you are talking and speaking, you sometimes can agree with others and sometimes you already can't. So it's important to learn how to express your feeling and responses about other people's opinions using so and to, neither and either. Let's start. We will start with positive or affirmative statements and then we will talk about negative statements. Let's start with the positive one. A positive sentence tells that something is so. So it's a correct sentence without using the word not. For example, Sally is watching TV now. If we look at this sentence, we don't have any negative thing. We don't have not. So it's affirmative or positive. A negative sentence tells that something is not so. So it contains a word like not, like never, no, no one, nobody, none. Or a negative verb, like what? Like isn't, can't, won't, aren't, etc. So example here, Sally is not studying now. Not here tells you that this is a negative statement. Now, let's start talking about agreeing with positive statements. We have an example here. Give me your attention. Number 1, Dana is happy. And I can agree by saying, I am happy too. Be careful. I have the same sentence here, but to avoid repetition, I will use a different structure. Dana is happy, the same sentence, and it is positive. I can agree by saying, and I am too. Another way of agreeing in positive statements, I can say, Dana is happy, and so am I. Dana is happy, so am I. So you have to follow the following rules to agree with positive statements. And plus so plus auxiliary verb to be plus subject. Here you can agree either using and plus so am I or deleting and use so am I. Number 2, and plus subject plus auxiliary verb to be plus to. How can I agree? I can agree. Use and I am too, or I can delete and then I will use happy. I am happy too. Note here that so is more common in spoken English, so we use it more. That's all about agreeing with positive statements. Let's talk about agreeing with negative statements. Let's study these statements. So let's start with the first example. My father is not sick. A same case, I am not sick. How to agree? My father is not sick and I am not either. This is the first case to agree with negative statements. The second one, notice that I'm using the same example. My father is not sick. I am not sick either. Okay, my father is not sick and neither am I. Number 4, my father is not sick, neither am I. So, to conclude, to agree with negative statements, we can follow 2 rules. The first one, we can use the word either using the following rules: and plus subject plus auxiliary verb or modal verb plus not plus either. This is the first case. Example, my father is not sick. This is a negative sentence. How to agree on this sentence using either? I will say, I am not sick, comma, either. This is all about either. Okay, there's a question here. How to agree with negative statements using neither? To agree with negative statements using neither, you have to follow this rule: and plus neither plus auxiliary or modal verb plus subject. An example, my father is not sick. And how to agree using neither? I will say, neither am I. So note here that neither is more commonly used in spoken English. So if you remember, we said that so is commonly used in positive statement while you agree, and neither is commonly used when you agree on negative statements. Now, let's practice this. Let's continue. Let's study these pairs of statements. Concentrate. Peter is tired, so am I. Peter is tired, I am tired too. If we look at these pairs of sentences, I will see that Peter is tired is positive statement. So, how did I agree with it? I agree using so or to. That's correct. Let's continue. We should tell the truth. So should you. Number 2, we should tell the truth. You should too. So here also I am agreeing with positive statements. Number 3, we should never tell lies. Neither should you. We should never tell lies. You shouldn't either. So maybe someone of you ask me, we don't have not. Why did we agree with neither and either? The answer is that you have never, and never tells you that this sentence is negative. So when you agree with it, you will use either or neither. Let's continue. The farmers work hard, so do builders. The farmers work hard. Builders do too. So here I am agreeing with a positive statement. Let's continue. Here we have more negative examples. You have to read them carefully in order to understand. For example, I have 2 people here. They are talking. One will start talking, the other will agree either with positive statements or negative. Let's start. I am not hungry. I can say neither am I, or I can say I am not hungry either. Both are correct. Number 2, they don't speak French. Neither do I, or I don't speak French either. Number 3, Sammy doesn't eat meat. Neither does Malik, or he doesn't eat meat either. Number 4, Mila didn't go to the party. How can I agree with this negative statement? I can say, neither did I, or I can say, I didn't go either. You have to continue this reading and concentrate in each example of this. Now we have a worksheet. You have to examine your understanding. Let's start with the first question. Before starting this, you have to know that you will find that some of those sentences are positive statements, the others are negative statements. If we start with example number 1, my brothers don't like fish. What do you think? Is it positive or negative? Yeah, I think you know the answer. Number 2, my uncle loves spring. Number 3, my son traveled to England last year. Number 4, my sister can't wait anymore. Number 5, Sammy will go to the museum. Number 6, my friend has got 2 brothers. And number 7, my parents haven't visited Jericho. So question number 2, we have mistakes here and you have to correct them. Number 1, I won't go to Jerusalem, and person number B, the second character, agreeing by say, so will I. There's a mistake here. Correct it. Number 2, I watched the film last night, and the agreeing, I do too. What do you think? There's a mistake. Try to correct it. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our class. أعزائي الطلبة، يمكنكم مشاهدة هذا الموقف التعليمي أكثر من مرة باستخدام الرابط أو الكود في أسفل الشاشة. شكراً لحسن استماعكم.